Hello, I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today we'll be doing a one-take on the Tier 7 Tech Tree IJN battleship Amagi, one of the oldest battleships in this game, and still a pretty good one. This one-take format, of course, is where we take the ship out into a battle, while I do live commentary over the gameplay. I think it's a good format. Stole it from Potato Quality on the PC because it gets to sort of show you a game that I didn't cherry pick. The results might be great, the results might be mediocre, or they might be tragic. Hopefully it gives you a little bit better of an idea of what you can expect on average from any particular ship. If there's any other ship you'd like to see me give this treatment to, be sure to let me know in the comments section, but we'll take a look at my build and my commander selection, then we'll just get right into the battle. So, the build is nothing crazy, it's pretty standard for a battleship, aiming systems mod 1. We've actually got the rudder shift mod here instead of propulsion. I don't know if I would keep that or not, but that's what we're running at the moment. Concealment, of course, and main battery reload. And then we've got, we've got Takagi, with our usual battleship inspirations, Kondo and Iakino. I've explained in detail why I use those on a lot of battleships these days, so I won't go into too much detail here, but flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, reaching out XXL, and fight fire with fire are the skills. So, let's get into the gameplay, see how it goes. Alright, well, we get half blessed, half cursed with the matchmaking. At the very least, we're top tier. But on the downside, we do have CVs, although we have the Saipan, so I'd say that gives us an advantage. The Saipan is very, very strong. Anyway, we spawn out here on the Alpha cap, so I guess we're going to play this cap, and we're going to turn to the right. Yes, especially since Colorado is turning the other way. Maybe we'll be able to get some crossfires. That's the whole idea. Amagi is a little bit different, I suppose, than your typical battleship, because really it's a battle cruiser design, so it is supposed to trade off armor for speed, although it's not like the, say the German battle cruisers. It's more of a battleship than those. It's got 32mm plating everywhere. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't be doing this turn like this. I'm not so awake. So this is how you don't play the Amagi, because, if you are turning broadside as a Massachusetts shoots at you, good chance that his shells are going to, hit your citadel and do a lot of damage, which, that's something you want to avoid. So make sure you turn before the shells land, and then don't rely on luck so that they don't hit your citadel. Meanwhile, Amagi pretty good at blapping a Tago from all the way across the map, but of course the CV is here, and these torpedoes coming in, well, I don't think they're CV torpedoes. Now I guess Tago is shooting back at us? And missing. He's a little bit unhappy with the, the citadel we tagged. On the bright side, though, the enemy team has lost one of their DDs already, and obviously the torpedoes coming from this capture circle are from a DD. They don't have the range. Good, I didn't think they would, but you never know. Caution is a virtue. Massachusetts coming around. Not quite broadside. He is turning out, but the Amagi used to be, back in the day, considered the, when it was sort of between the Iowa and the Amagi as, contenders for the good battleship at Tier 7 back in the day when the game didn't have all the lines it does now. The Amagi was considered by the more, experienced and knowledgeable players to be the better choice between, this and the Iowa. These days, though, because I guess all the good players were playing the Amagi, it sort of skewed the spreadsheet numbers, so as a result, Wargaming had to nerf the Amagi, and now the accuracy isn't once what it once was. The accuracy doesn't matter so much if there's a Massachusetts sailing away from us. We're not gonna get a whole lot of work done, but on the other hand, this cap has been taken by our DD. I think maybe there's still a DD on the red team hanging out over here somewhere, but I guess it could have been the Otago torpedoes that came at us as well. He did sail broadside between that gap, and everybody knows when the IJN cruiser sails broadside, it is to launch its torpedoes. The CV has been leaving us alone, which is thoughtful of him. I think he's been going after the DD. Maybe now he's coming after us? No? I don't know. In any case, we're going to sail toward the center of the map now, because we know we've got Massachusetts and Otago out here. Maybe some destroyer, which isn't even close enough to spot us. And then the rest of the enemy team are south of either Bravo or Charlie. So that's where we want to get if we want any more action. And shoot at the Massachusetts, but he is angled, and, you know, IJN dispersion, it's not always pinpoint. Yeah, halfway decent damage at the very least. We will try to dodge his return salvo just a little bit, or angle against it. Not super successful, but no citadels, so is what it is. And then we've got the broadside of a Scharnhorst. We're definitely going to deploy the spotter plane for that. You know, never mind, I've got Iachino on here, don't I? I don't have, Arthas. And the Scharnhorst sped up, but is his oh shit. Is his propulsion mod enough? And I was saying, oh, because of that Massachusetts there, he managed to bounce his shells off of our armor, though, so we're good. Maybe we can get Otago again. Last time we shot at Otago, he didn't turn. This time, he still doesn't turn? Nope, that's a dev strike. That is the power of the Amagi. You see, this is a more... Oh, well. You know, that was only a matter of time, though. We've been playing kind of fast and loose with our angling, or lack thereof, against the Massachusetts, so that's our own fault. Amagi, by the way, does have a little bit of a turtleback scheme in the armor department, which you might hear some people refer to that and say, therefore, the Amagi is a brawler, which I suppose it can be, but you don't want to be taking it in at the start of a battle. It's certainly a much better medium to long-range ship to begin with, and we need to cool our jets here. This Massachusetts has taken a lot of damage off of us. Ship is great when you have it angled properly, but give too much broadside and obviously quite vulnerable. The turtleback, if it ever works, which it probably doesn't, it's probably not something you should rely on, but if it does work, it's going to work better at the closer ranges. But you don't want to get into the closer ranges until, you know, the enemy herd has sort of been thinned out, and you can guarantee 1v1 fights, or at least fights where you're not going to be focused by, 50 different red ships. Alright, Massachusetts is gone, though. So, our maneuvering is what it is. That's 2 kills in the game. I mean, this is right about an average Amagi game. It's right about an average Tier 7 game, too. 7 minutes left to go, and there's only 2 red ships left on the board. We might have to actually play another game and edit the 2 of them together for a more representative sample size. Maybe we'll actually get a full game if we try it again. But even to this day, the Amagi is a fairly reliable battleship. The dispersion on the individual shots can be a little bit trolly, but we've got about 100,000 damage now, and it's pretty easy to rack up at least that amount, if not more, on this ship. But the game is over, and we win, of course. Pretty one-sided. take a look at the leaderboard here. Yeah, well, we end it with 2,000 base XP, so certainly not a bad result in the Amagi. Definitely just an average game. We'll try it again and see what we can do. Okay, so this time around, matchmaking's a little bit more standard. We're still top tier, but no CVs, mostly battleships, one cruiser, and then DDs. Much more standard Legends matchmaking, so perhaps a bit of a better venue to demonstrate what to expect from an average Amagi game. Hopefully you do enjoy this format too. Again, I think this is good because when I'm doing post commentary, you know, it's a cherry-picked game that has a result I think is interesting, but if we're doing it live, you know, live recording like this, then I can't really cherry-pick, so whatever happens, happens, and we get what we get. Could be spectacular, mediocre, or bad, but hopefully it's helpful to those of you out there who, you know, are trying to get better at the game. Good reason to spec into concealment, by the way. We are not spotted, so we control when we get spotted by shooting. In the Iowa, well, he takes, what, 17,000 damage? No citadels, unfortunate. He going to angle before we get reloaded? Oh, it maybe. I don't know if we'll be able to hit him. Slow down. Oh, he's turning out. A little late on the uptake there, my friend, but ooh, and the single cruiser that we have to face is on this side. You know, I think we actually might want propulsion mod on... Oh my goodness, what is this? This is Veneto sailing into the Bravo Cap right at the start of the game. Scharnhorst I don't think we have to care about, but you don't want to... Doesn't it say on the loading screen that you don't want to drive your map or ship into the center of the map or something because it's a poor tactic? Well, if you're wondering why is it a poor tactic, it's because, well, the Veneto was showing broadside to us, okay? We missed it. He turned away and he got a little bit dodgy, but I don't expect him to survive. I mean, that blue destroyer, he doesn't have torpedoes going for him, so that's helpful for the Veneto, I guess, but... Scharnhorst, if you turn in... He's turning in a little bit, but I think we accounted for it. Yeah, that's a... Didn't I get first blood in the last match, too? Oh, boy, that's, That is not what you want to see, is it? That is a YOLO Emilio. Okay. So we cannot continue with this approach. Iowa just shot, so hopefully that gives us the... Oh, are these YOLO torps? Are these Amalfi torps? I guess we'll know when they hit, if they hit. I don't want to be broadside in front of the Iowa, but I really gotta... Okay, those were Amalfi torps, definitely. If they were YOLO Emilio torps, we'd have no HP left. But we are broadside to the Iowa, so that's not great. Hopefully our being slow, though, threw off his shots a little? Maybe. Sometimes if you're not going full speed, they'll just miss you. Okay, those torps did do more damage than I would have liked. Amalfi's very agile. YOLO Emilio is being taken care of by our destroyer, though, looks like, so that's good. And now we are basically properly angled to the Iowa. Yeah. A chance. And, okay, the DD gets the Paolo. Oh, and by the way, there you see the example of why I was saying don't push your battleship through the center of the map, because I don't know if Veneto sunk anybody on our team, but he lost all of his HP to do it, so was it worth it? Probably not. Of course, he is very well armored, so... Meanwhile, both of our DDs are on this side of the map, so we really need to get the Bravo cap, and then we need to push back toward the Charlie and Bravo area. Because you can see the enemy team has just taken Charlie, so the next move for them will be to go to Bravo. Unfortunately, our... Okay, never mind. I thought this guy had sailed out of the cap. Oh, it's Crom. We know that guy. He watches the channel. Hello, Crom. I thought he had sailed out of the cap, and I was about to be like, oh no. But no, he's doing his job right. He's backing into the cap. He's not leaving it yet. Other DD, Yudachi, has entered the cap. But now we really have to get toward B. If we can get toward B... I mean, this game is actually quite nice to be in right now for this one take, because it's really anybody's game. It's... I mean, 6 minutes have passed, but it's not clear who's going to win yet, and that's what we want. So we want to see both Crom and the Vaquilin, or whatever it's called, and the Yudachi get over to B, flip that, and then hopefully these guys over near C are going to start pushing in toward B, and as they do, the two destroyers can torpedo them, and then we just defend B, and that's what we need to do to secure the win. Of course, the battleships over there have taken out our last friendly remaining battleship. He was alone versus all of them, so that is to be expected. But we're going to hang out sort of in our spawn area, and hopefully we'll benefit from some spotting courtesy of the Vacuum and the Yudachi. There's Veneto. We'll wait until he commits to that turn before we shoot. We'll put our planes in the air, but it does look like he's going to shoot, or turn, rather. And once again, the reason I use Kondo as an inspiration on pretty much every build in stark relief here, yes, my destroyers are the ones spotting this thing, but I didn't get spotted, and I expect to go dark here momentarily. But I didn't get spotted while the Veneto did, so probably not somebody investing in concealment, and my concealment's like 12.6, so if I wasn't pushing straight into him, I could control the engagement, but he seems to have a one-track mind focus on getting to the Bravo cap, so up into the superstructure, hopefully we'll be good. Who's he shooting at? The Bismarck? Interesting. I wonder if the Amagi is just looked at as a ship that really isn't that much of a threat. I mean, it is old. Champagne. Now there is a target we would like to shoot at, for sure. Is he turning in, or is he turning out? Or is he just flat broadside? He's turning in. Wait for him to finish this turn. Oh, and a Vanguard out here, too. Alright. We want to be a little bit cautious. Is Champagne gonna duck behind the island? It looks like he might. Now we're spotted, so the DD's out here. Good to know. We're gonna have to be careful of the Champagne. We don't want to take his guns. They do hurt. They do hurt. Okay, he's behind the island, so at this point we want to... Excellent. We want to turn out. Vanguard is not paying any attention to us because this destroyer, yeah. I was gonna say, we don't know where he is, so... You know, when you're dark like this, you get spotted... You know there's a destroyer around. Don't push straight into him. Moss has, what, 8-kilometer torpedo range? So, this is cutting it a little close. Vanguard has noticed us. Hopefully we get the turn in time. Oh, he's shooting HE. But yeah, so you don't want to push into destroyers, and furthermore, if we take a look at the state of the game, we notice there's zero reason whatsoever for us to push into these guys. That's something you gotta recognize in this game whenever you're playing for the win. See, there's the torpedoes that we aren't pushing into. That's good. I think we'll miss them. Yeah. Anyway, in these situations, you don't want to push in. And why don't we want to push in? Well, because we'd be pushing into both this Vanguard and Champagne. There goes the Vanguard. We'd be both pushing into both of them, having to deal with both of them, and for what? Just to get torpedoed by the Moss as well? We don't want to do that because we've got both Alpha and Bravo, and we've just gone ahead of the enemy team on points thanks to our kill on the Vanguard, so We don't want to give up that advantage. We're gonna shoot at the Champagne now. I think he's actually gone forward, so we miss. Unfortunate. Maybe we should have shot at the Moss, but I think the Vaquelin has got it. He has a good gunboat, and he's using the reload booster. So yeah, I think with that against the Moss, that is the win condition sealed, courtesy of Crom there in the Tier 6 French destroyer. So GG. I believe we win this battle, barring any severe Game of Throws syndrome from the remaining blues. Battleship out there is slightly unhealthy, and Udachi, I think, just took a fairly large hit from the Amalfi, so that is kind of concerning, but I don't know how much we want to shoot. We'll shoot, you know, just to see, but we do need to be careful with our 7,000 HP. Yeah, we'll at least do a little bit more damage to the Champagne. But yeah, I think two fairly good looks at the Amagi. Hopefully this makes up for whoever requested that I play it on stream, and I didn't get to it. Hopefully this makes up for that. You get a good sort of average look at what this ship can do if you just want to take it out for a spin in some random standard battle, you know? Maybe we'll have a better... Ooh, that Amalfi really is hurting our Udachi. Oh, okay. Battleship managed to take him out, so yeah, we win this game for sure. I mean, Champagne could sink us right here, and theoretically he could sink the Bismarck as well, but we just need Crom to not get sunk by him, and we win. And Crom's not gonna get sunk by this Champagne. He knows what he's doing. Champagne is more interested in fighting Bismarck anyway. We should be able to deal, like, at least halfway some decent damage to him, I would think, if Dispersion will cooperate, and if we lead our shots correctly. We didn't lead that one correctly. Tried to account for the turn a little bit, but we get the high caliber medal. Take it. But yeah, no way for us to lose this, and Amagi, definitely, you know, still a good experience to this day. So certainly if you enjoyed this format, let me know if there's any other ship you want me to give this treatment to. Just post the name and the ship of in the comments section, and if you guys are looking through the comments section and you see somebody list a ship that you would like to see covered in this way, give that comment a thumbs up, and I'll try to go through it and get an idea of maybe what I should do a one take in. But Amagi's a good one. Amagi's kind of a gift. It's pretty reliable, you know, pretty good battleship at Tier 7, even though it is one of the older ones. I don't think we're going to get any more shots on this Champagne before the game is over, though. We'll see. Well, maybe we cleared the island on that. Probably not. Oh, we did. No damage, though. A little bit of damage. I think that is, in fact, the last shot we're going to get. And Champagne might actually get the consolation prize by sinking the Bismarck. It looks likely. But even still, we should comfortably win this. Yeah, he does sink the Bismarck. Well, good for you. Hope that's a nice little consolation prize. He can't even see us. And that there, I think, is the final salvo of this particular battle. Alright, 130,000 damage, high caliber medal, 2 kills. Last game was almost 100,000 damage, 2 kills, no medals. Not bad results in the Amagi. Ooh, we also get Dreadnought, of course, because actually we probably wouldn't have gotten Dreadnought if we had, you know, angled properly and played a little bit more defensively. But look at that. Crom and me at the top. Bismarck didn't do too badly either. GG's all around. And anyway, that concludes our look today at the Amagi. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what ship you want to see next in the comments section. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.